Welcome to part 4 of our journey through Sri Lanka, where we begin in the lush emerald highlands of Yala. We lace up our boots for a scenic trek to Little Adams Peak, soaking in sweeping views before uncovering the charm of the iconic Nine Arches Bridge.
From misty mountains to wild plains, we descend into Sri Lanka's largest and most storied national park. In Yala, we venture deep into the wilderness, coming face to face with elephants, deer, crocodiles, wild boars, and even the rare Sri Lankan sloth bear, an encounter that will stay with us forever.
Next, we journey to the sun-soaked southern coastline. From golden beaches to a thrilling whale-watching expedition in Mirissa, this leg of our adventure is nothing short of spectacular.
We pick up where our last chapter left off, wrapping up the magic of Kandy and the Central Highlands with one of the world's most breathtaking train rides.
So we just got into Ella. That train ride was phenomenal. Have a look at this view here. Miranda, that's the view.
That's neat.
Yeah, beautiful Ella Rock right up there. Stunning spot. This is called, what was the name of this?
Flower Garden.
The Flower Garden. I knew it had garden in the title. Pretty awesome. We're going to do a bit of a hike this afternoon up to Little Adams Peak, and then we're going to go on to a particular lookout, a viewpoint up there, and then we'll go and check out the town of Ella itself for dinner. Garden stuff. All the succulents. Nice place, isn't it? Oh, cockatiels. Lorikeets. Oh, what's this one? This one I've never seen before like that. So where are we heading, Chicky?
Little Adams Peak.
Little Adams Peak, not to be confused with Adams Peak, which is one of the highest mountains in Sri Lanka. That's back in the Central Highlands where we'd just come from. But Little Adams Peak is a nice little lookout here in Ella. We're going to go check it out when we head up there. Interesting, I didn't expect the path to start off with a whole bunch of souvenir stands and people on tuk-tuks trying to, sell you the ride up to the start. Got these beautiful tea plantations either side of us as well.
Beautiful.
It's nice.
Yeah,
and the weather is really good actually.
Yeah, it's not
temperature's
too hot.
Perfect. No, be about 20 degrees I'd say. Not quite the forest walk I was expecting. You got the zip line, you've got a rock climbing wall, archery, air rifles. It's kind of crazy. All right, we're about to go up. This is the peak up here.
So we've made it to the top of Little Adams Peak. You can see Ella Rock behind us, and now we're heading a little bit further on to get to the lookout.
Cool. It's beautiful, right?
It's gorgeous.
Absolutely stunning.
Such a beautiful area.
A little bit of a steep walk up, though. It probably took us from the bottom of the rock part maybe about 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I think that's safe. After our hike, it's time to dive into Ella's vibrant nightlife, where the town comes alive with music, food, and fellow travelers.
Very lively here. We were here at Chills. So we're up bright and early. We're heading down to the Nine Arches Bridge that we crossed yesterday. It's about a 15-minute walk from our hotel, so I actually think our hotel was pretty conveniently located for the Little Adams Peak and this walk as well. We're actually trying to get there in time for the 9:15 a.m. train to cross the bridge, so kind of walking at a brisk pace. And then later on today, we're heading to Yala National Park, which is apparently one of the best places to see the leopards. So we've got it's a special train called Odyssey down there that actually stops on the bridge for 10 minutes. And apparently there is another one coming, which isn't listed on the timetable, but we'll see.
But that will be getting late.
It should be late, should it? All right, this is fine. The construction of the Central Railway line in Sri Lanka started off in the 1850s and 1860s under British colonialism, but they didn't end up putting the railway tracks through this area here due to its steep and hilly terrain until the 1900s. This bridge here was proposed during the 1910s, and initially they were supposed to make it from steel, but because of World War I, a lot of steel ships were attacked and the steel actually never made it here. There was a local stonemason here in Sri Lanka that said he could build a bridge, and he would build one big enough and large enough that it would be able to handle the weight of the train. But once it was complete, one of the engineers actually thought that it wouldn't hold the weight of the train. So the mason himself had such faith in his work that he actually put himself beneath the bridge and said, roll the train over, and if my work fails, I'll die. But hand on heart, I actually believe that this bridge will hold. So that's how the story goes, the legend goes, and it's just over 100 years old now. 1920 it was complete. A little bit of chaos here leaving Ella. We're actually checking out the famous Ravana Falls. They're coming up on our right hand side. Every little tourist attraction is always the stands, the souvenir stands, and people selling food, corn cooked on the fire. They're pretty cool. It's so funny. Ready? This is kind of cool. I've seen this everywhere around Ella. They have these people with little fires cooking corn, and they put them inside the corn husks and put a little spice on them. So I'm going to give it a try now. That is delicious. You need to try it.
Have a bite.
Take it. It's salty and it's also a little spicy. Delicious, right?
Yeah, it's quite good.
Oh my god. And it's really smoky too. Here's another one. So we've been seeing these little clay pots all over the side of the road. Everyone's selling them in these little stands. And Buddikha was saying it's actually curd, which is like a fermented sort of dairy with treacle, which is like a burnt honey sort of thing. Treacle? Yeah, it's like honey, yeah. I'm going to try this out. Good. It's very good. Yeah. It's like yogurt with a little honey. Good try. You like it?
Yeah, it's quite good.
It's like yogurt.
Yeah.
I have another one, go on. So we're entering into Yala National Park, which is Sri Lanka's largest national park and by far its most well known. Yala National Park is known for some of the interesting creatures and species that we might find today, such as leopards and sloth bears. Apparently yesterday they had a lot of the leopards and sloth bears on the tours because it was such a hot day that all the animals were congregating around the waterholes. Today it's 37 degrees Celsius, which is absolutely sweltering, so we're hoping that we're in with the same odds and chances as yesterday. Excited, Miranda?
So excited. This is the thing I was looking forward to the most in the trip, so we'll see. Expectations are high.
Expectations are high. All right, fingers crossed. Let's do it. So like we're just a couple of minutes inside the park and already we've got like a whole herd of elephants or a family group of elephants here. They actually have like a little well system that you can see over there, and the reason why they pump the water into the wells is because at the moment it's actually really, really dry. It is technically monsoon season, or the end of monsoon season, but it's quite hot and dry at the moment, and they don't have a lot of water here for the elephants, so they're actually pumping it here into the well system for them to drink. In Yala National Park, herds of Asian elephants roam under the watchful guidance of matriarchs, wise elder females who lead their kin through the park's rich, ever-changing landscapes in search of water and food.
baby elephants are raised with communal care, mothers and aunties alike nurturing and protecting them. Yala's long-standing conservation presence mean these gentle giants are often unfazed by humans, allowing us to witness their natural behavior up close.
Covering nearly 1,000 square kilometres, Yala is a patchwork of dry forests, grassy plains, wetlands and lagoons, a haven for wildlife. From elusive leopards and endangered sloth bears to crocodiles and flocks of endemic birds, this ancient reserve is a cornerstone of Sri Lanka's natural heritage.
Native wild boars roam freely through Yala's dense underbrush and open terrain, digging through the earth in search of food. Their constant foraging stirs the soil and keeps the ecosystem in motion, while also feeding predators higher up the food chain.
While watching some of the park's black langurs, we received a radio call alerting us of a really special sighting. With a distance to go, we raced to the scene.
The Sri Lankan sloth bear, elusive, endangered, and seldom seen, emerges from the shadows. With fewer than 1,000 remaining in the wild, this nocturnal forager uses its long claws and keen snout to hunt termites and fruit, playing a key role in Yala's ecosystem. Seeing one in the wild is a powerful reminder of how precious and fragile this species truly is.
So that was pretty awesome. What do you think, Miranda?
Yeah, that was crazy. We pretty much saw like all the animals I wanted to see besides the leopard, but
Besides the leopard.
we have other opportunities later in the journey to see leopards.
Yeah, we're doing other national parks in India, so we think we probably will get an opportunity to hopefully see leopards at some point. But what we actually saw was even more special, the sloth bear. They said there's probably about 15 to 20 of them in the whole national park, so seeing them is actually much rarer than seeing a leopard, which was kind of crazy. You know, we got up nice and close. Beautiful sunset as well, and now we're heading back to our hotel, or heading to our hotel. We haven't actually been there yet.
Just as we think the day is done, one final surprise awaits us on the road back. crazy. How was that, Chicky?
That was insane.
Miranda's still a little shaken up. We were so close to the elephants.
I could have like just touched it, like right here. It was so close.
Yeah, they just came out at the end and crossed the road just as we were leaving. Great way to finish our time here in Yala National Park.
Crazy.
Oh god. That's a nice balcony view.
They've done it again.
Look at the size of this room. This room is huge. Oh, you don't want to see that? This is great. Let's go get some dinner. We've just stopped here at Ussangoda, and if you have a look at the soil here, it's bright red. It actually is different to the colour of the soil surrounding us here, which has led a lot of the locals to believe that an asteroid or some sort of meteor from another planet, maybe some people say Mars, has landed here and brought this dirt. Not sure exactly why it's like this, but I would say that the concentration of iron oxide would be why it has this red colour here. Very similar to the outback in Australia, actually. I was just saying to Buddikha here that we have a lot of soils very similar to this back in Australia, if you checked out some of our Australia videos when we went through there. So we're here at the Hummanaya Blowhole. Look at that, one of the biggest blowholes in the world. Woo. We're in a place called Devi Nora here in the southernmost tip of Sri Lanka, and behind me here is the Dondra Lighthouse, which is actually the tallest lighthouse in all of Asia, at 50 meters tall right here. It was built by the British in the 1890s, and it actually marks the spot where if you were to look south of here, straight down there, the very next landmass you would reach is Antarctica. So this lighthouse is very important because this is one of the biggest shipping lanes in the world. For the fact that there are no other islands, no other land masses down there, so a lot of the ships that pass through the Indian Ocean, they pass via this point right here. Pretty cool. I think I need to document this before we destroy the room with all of our messy bags and whatnot, but look at this. This is amazing. What was the name of this place? 22? Weligama? Weligama, I think it is. Absolutely stunning. We've got 2 nights here. We're going to just relax and enjoy the beach. It's a little windy outside today, actually. I don't think we're going to go swimming today.
It is quite windy.
Hey, but look at those views.
Pool right there, and the beach.
We're up Bright and early at Mirissa Harbour, and we're about to go whale watching. This is one of the best places in the world to spot the world's largest animal, the blue whale. Let's check it out. Fingers crossed.
Off the coast of Mirissa, the deep calls. Here, fin whales, second only to the blue whale in size, migrate through Sri Lanka's nutrient-rich waters. These awe-inspiring creatures highlight the importance of preserving our oceans for generations to come.
So we're back from our whale watching trip. What did you think, Miranda?
Yeah, it was awesome. We saw quite a few fin whales, which is cool. No blue whales, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to see the blue whale, which, as I mentioned before, is the largest animal in the world, not just the largest whale. They roughly measure about 33 meters, whereas the fin whale, probably about 27. That's what they kind of max out at. We saw plenty of fin whales when we were in Antarctica, if you've seen any of those videos, like literally hundreds, so it wasn't really on our list. Although it was still cool to see again. The only thing I will say is I've noticed that some of the other boat companies, not the one that we went with, the one we went with is okay, but a couple of the other ones were unfortunately disrespecting the regulations and rules, getting too close to the whales. So the amount of time we actually spent with the whales was limited due to that. They got too close, the whales dive under, they don't come back up. That's basically it. So it'd be great to see a bit of a change in, obviously patrolling, that sort of thing. But it is what it is, I guess, and it was still a cool experience. We're on the beautiful Weligama Bay. It's a little windy, but the weather is still nicer than it was yesterday. It was pretty much coming down, raining and storming, and today, nice and sunny and just a little bit of wind. So I'm gonna go for a little walk on the beach and then maybe go for a little quick dip in the pool. This water is so nice, it's just refreshing. It's so hot out here and humid. The humidity, I'm not sure what it is, but it must be like close to 90%. This is monsoon season, so water is phenomenal.
As the sun dips toward the horizon, we find ourselves at one of Mirissa's most iconic viewpoints, an ideal end to a spectacular day.
The double distill, and you think this is the best Arak, right? The double distill. Alright.
After toasting the evening with a taste of local Iraq, we settle in and prepare for the final chapter.
In the next and final episode, we journey along Sri Lanka's southwestern shores, exploring hidden beaches, diverse ecosystems, and historic treasures on our way to the bustling capital of Colombo.
Hey guys, just a quick message. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Many hours of work goes into every single video we make, and we try to make them to the very best of our ability.
We take the time to choose the best travel destinations and the best adventure activities so that we can provide you with top-tier content.
However, the only way our channel can grow is with your help. If you enjoy our videos, please leave a comment letting us know along with any questions you may have, or if there's anything you'd like to see more of.
Interactions in the comments section, along with liking our videos, is what gets us exposure on YouTube, along with sharing this video. If there's anyone you think would enjoy our videos, please share and help us grow global travel stories. We thank you for your support.